Hi, my name is Cynthia Carney and I'm from Tulsa, Oklahoma. And I want to thank you for this opportunity to speak here today. I married a young man from Oklahoma when I was 16 years old. In the same year I became pregnant. And at my son's, actually I flew to California with my new little son to begin my new life as a Marine Corps wife and mom. And I was thrilled, I was excited. At my son's one-year birthday, I recognized that same familiar feeling of morning sickness. And I kind of, unlike when I became pregnant at 16, my mother took me into the family doctor. So, and back in those days, you got married and you had your baby. And so that's what I did. But this time I was out in Southern California. I saw a sign that read free pregnancy test. And so I went inside, and while I was inside, I heard three things I'd never heard before. It's just tissue. It's like pulling a tooth, and your life will be back to normal. As I got in my car to drive home, I thought about those things. I was getting ready to start secretarial school in the fall. I was going to turn 18 in about a few weeks. And so I told my husband. He felt we couldn't afford another child. I told him what the lady said at the clinic, or the place. I didn't know it was a Planned Parenthood clinic. And feeling pressured. I was also in a very abusive relationship. The first month I went back, when I began my new life as a wife and mom, my husband started to severely abuse me. And so feeling pressured and feeling like, well, this was a way out, I made that call and I made an appointment to have an abortion. And I'll never forget when my husband drove me that morning, the sun was coming up, and while I was in that clinic, the pain was so horrendous that I passed out. I have very little recollection of time, but when I woke up I was covered in blood and sweat as if I'd taken a shower. And I remember when I went to go get in the car, my 1-year-old son reached out for me to pick him up, but I couldn't. Our relationship changed with him that day. It was never the same. So, it's okay. So, I went for the next 22 years living in shame and silence. But I thought if I got pregnant again, it would fix it. But when they laid that baby in my arms, he didn't fix anything, and I realized I could never replace a life with a life. I went on to have 2 more sons. I'm the mother of 4 sons, but I didn't get to know one. God revealed to me it was a son. And in 2001, I found a poem in an old college notebook called Rescue the Lane, where you are put to shame. I will renew your faith and bring you to fame. I asked God, what area of shame are you talking about? Because you see, I was also sexually abused as a child. And he made that very clear. 8 months later, I heard a lady talking on TV about her abortion. I said, well, I can fill out that affidavit. I'll fill it out and turn it in. I got a call exactly the very same month, and they wanted me to join their cause of telling the world, telling America, abortion hurts women. And so I said, okay, I'll do that. I didn't know any pro-life people, but I knew the Lord had spoke to me through a dream, a prayer, a whisper in Scripture. I answered the call, and now some 8 or 9 years later, God has taken off many, many layers. I want to say this. I've wanted to say this for some time. Supreme Court, you are wrong. I was wrong. I made a wrong choice. Supreme Court of the United States, you made a wrong choice when you gave America the right to take their children. You gave America the wrong choice, so you hear our voice. We will never be silent again.